Hi, Taurus, and welcome to Shiny Soul Cafe's July Astrology Insights for 2022. So, I have the chart cast for July 1st, and so we're going to go over a few of the alignments that will be relevant this month. The first is that Mars will come into your sign on July 5th. Mercury will move into Cancer. Venus will move into Cancer on the 17th. And Mercury will move into Leo on the 18th. So, with that said, there are a few retrogrades that are also going to take place. For instance, Jupiter is going to start retrograding at the end of the month, and Chiron is going to start retrograding here in your 12th house. In Aries on the 19th. So a lot of activity, and there's a couple of things that are going to color and tailor this. One is that the full moon is going to take place between your third house of communications, understanding, perceptions, your local environment, and this belief systems, worldview, higher education, long distance travel. And it's going to take place close to within 6 degrees of Pluto here. And, that's a pretty wide orb, but it is Pluto and it is a full moon. And so I have this feeling that this particular full moon, being that close to Pluto, is going to have somewhat of almost like an eclipse, a full moon eclipse, and so we can expect things to change, and that's on the 10th, and so there are a lot of things that are happening this month. On top of that, for instance, Mercury will be opposite Pluto when he moves here into Cancer. Right now, as we speak, Mars is at a square to Pluto, and from the house of hidden enemies, the subconscious, past lives, all of these things. But the stuff that's back there that we don't know necessarily that we're responding to them, or that they're affecting our decision making ability. And this Mars Pluto square in that area of beliefs and worldviews is so if you thought about spirituality, the 9th house, since it is belief systems, would cover religion. The 12th, the spirituality of that religion, or the spiritual relationship between you and God. So belief systems and spirituality, not always in sync. And so there's this kind of ego will here that's trying to speak to the soulful will about ideas and things that it finds relevant, and the belief systems you may be struggling to change those belief systems based from in the subconscious. So the old belief systems that need to be transformed in order to be useful, you may be struggling with that. And we've certainly seen some struggle with belief systems lately. And so, we've been talking a lot about the autonomy of individuals. And so for Taurus, the individual autonomy is here in the 12th house. And so I think you think of it as a given, or if you think of it at all. But your driving mode of operation is for stability and safety and those types of things. And what's been happening lately has been pushing that button. And you've had Uranus in here for years now, also pushing those buttons. Uranus in Taurus is like the bull having the earth shake under his feet. It's disconcerting, to say the least. And Mars is going to come into Taurus, and Mars again will push the agenda. And when Mars and Uranus conjunct this month, that'll kind of be the turning point for this issue, whatever issue it is that you feel like you're having. And I am trying right now to look for that date of Mars conjunct Uranus, and I will have it for you in just a minute. You know, sometimes you think you have everything planned out well, and then lo and behold, you cannot find what you're looking for. But regardless, Mars and Uranus are going to conjunct this month. And that is going to be a trying time for Taurus. It could feel as if it's a surprise, that the events are unexpected. And they could shake up your sense of your identity, or you could be shaking up other people's idea of who you are. And either way, you're going to need to deal with those ramifications. So I am still looking for that date as we go on. Let me see. It might have, it's actually August 1st. So August 1st, you can expect this kind of sudden change feeling, a sudden change in your identity. And it's either coming from you and you are creating it, or Mars is bringing something into your life that makes you feel as if you need to respond in a unique way. But this question of identity is going to be important the entire time that Mars is in Taurus and in the first house. And it will be affected by the shifts going on here, like the personal resources, also your ideas and understanding, your ability to communicate, and with that full moon here. So let's see if we can make this simple. There's a full moon on July 10th. Then on August 1st, that could affect your ideas about who you are, what you perceive and understand. And then on August 1st, you are going to have this push to respond to something that affects your identity. Either you are going to be expressing yourself in a different way, or someone else is going to ask you to express, or to maybe even demand you express yourself in a different way, your identity in a different way. So the quarter moons are going to be important as well, and the quarter moons happen in Libra and Aries. And they are in your 6th and 11th house. Sorry, that is true. 6th, and 12th house. Sorry, I just got a little backwards there. 6th and 12th house. So again, these houses are houses. This is about your day-to-day routines, your obligations, your duties, and this house is about all of that stuff there in your subconscious, which is, as we speak, coming out into your house of identity and becoming a part of how you express yourself. So this integration of this ego will and the soulful will is going to play a part in how you express yourself going forward, express who you are going forward, express your identity and your creativity. It's also going to have an effect on your resources and your perceptions and understanding. We actually view the world through our own ideas of perception and understanding of what the world should be. So if our identity says we are a certain thing, then we perceive the world and express ourselves through that vein. So this time, that is kind of getting turned on its head, and you will see it because you are seeing the world differently. You will express your identity differently because your identity is changing. You will see and express yourself in the world differently. So it goes back and forth, and as you may notice, there's kind of a kite here, and that won't be there. That it's a kind of a temporary thing, but it's highlighting that this is a month of change and transition because the energy is moving around in different ways. Um, let's see. So Venus will move into Cancer. That will actually help you to feel a little more safe and secure in the world around you. Women may play a huge part in your relationships. You may be relating more to women. But one of the things that you might not be aware of as a Taurus is you have an innate ability for nurturing or perceiving the needs and cares of caring about your local environment. And part of that is so that you continue to feel safe and secure. But part of that is that as an earth sign, you need and want some emotional nurturing. And so when Venus, the planet that rules Taurus, enters Cancer at a sextile, that's going to feel more comfortable to you than Venus does in Gemini. Mercury is going to move into Cancer on July 5th as well, and Mercury is going to stay in Cancer until July 18th. So, what is that, 14 days? 13 days? And then move into Leo. And you're going to feel the ability to kind of, you want your home to be somewhere where you're appreciated and cared for, and where you can be creative and warm and inviting and generous, and all those wonderful Leo things. So when Mercury moves into Leo, that is when you're going to start feeling as if your home environment is more nurturing and caring about who you are, more appreciative of what you want to do. And that will be on July 18th, as I said. Now the Sun will move into Leo on the 22nd. So that'll be an important day too, because that's when your focus will really turn to your home. Right now it's on your local environment and communicating and nurturing, caring about your local environment. You'll have a more internal focus of maybe you want to clean out your closets or remodel your house or paint a room. You want to beautify your home when the Sun is in Leo as a Taurus. So put some thought into what you want to do when the Sun gets into Leo on the 22nd. On July 9th, Mercury, is that right? July 9th? I think it might have been different. No, on July 18th, Mercury will be opposite Pluto. And Mercury opposite Pluto is going to be a turning point in your perceptions and understanding in your local environment, and those things that your ability to perceive the world as it really is. So your personal mind and your belief systems there's going to be a focus on that day. And then the next day, or 2 days later, on July 20th, the Sun will oppose Pluto. And the Sun opposite Pluto is seriously making an effort to focus on the need to transform those beliefs that are no longer serving you. Mercury is going to come along and say, you need to think about this. And then the Sun's going to go, oh yeah, really, you need to think about this and then do something about it. And Saturn, of course, here in the 10th house is also still having an impact on your public reputation and that area of your chart where people see you and your public identity. And so your identity is going through a number of transformational changes, from how you view your place in the world to what others think of you, which seems to have been restricted of late, and to how you personally identify yourself, and how others see you when they meet you. So think about those identities. Think about what actually does help you to feel safe and secure, and how you could feel more appreciated for who you really are. And that may take some necessary shifts in your identity. Um, this connection that Mars is going to make here with Uranus, it makes approximately every 2 years. So it's made a couple since Uranus has been in your sign. And this finishing up that Pluto is doing here, and Saturn is doing in the 10th house, are significant in the outer world, in your outer world perceptions and understanding, and your outer world identity. So it's time to seriously consider who you feel yourself to be. When Mars comes into Taurus, which, as I said, will be on July 5th, there's going to be a push for you to identify yourself somehow. And Mars does this about every 2 years. And so there's this push has been there before. It's something you're familiar with. And whatever we're experiencing in the 12th house, the idea is to let go of it. Let go of the past and head towards the future. And that's why something coming into the first house becomes you're ready to integrate it and express that energy, because you've let go of whatever was holding it back. So the idea here is to allow Mars to come in, use Mars to not define, but as in, don't let Mars make your decisions for you, but use the energy of Mars to gain the courage and the audacity to identify yourself the way that you truly are. Be yourself. And that's what Mars will want from you. And Taurus tends to have this idea that if they just wait long enough, this too shall pass. And it may, but you're going to keep getting this message every couple of years. And so if you just go ahead and do the Mars work and put yourself out there, be courageous and brave enough to say, this is me, this is who I am, then you're going to, the next time around will be easier. All right. Well, Taurus, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have had a wonderful reading, and I will see you for the weeklies and for next month's August reading. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me at solidcaron.com, and I will put you on my schedule. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.